Welcome. If you looked at my course page, you may have already reviewed 10 Weeks to Love Your Body. If you're looking at 1 year to love your life and want to explain the difference to you, I'm going to go over some of the same things I spoke about in 10 weeks because it is module 1 of my year-long program. 1 Year to Love Your Life includes module 2 and module 3. So briefly, I am an Ayurvedic health counselor, an integrative health coach, and an Ayurvedic body worker and a yoga teacher. And I have been on a healing journey myself. I find that people who are attracted to Ayurveda aren't just attracted because they want to heal others. They're primarily attracted to Ayurveda because they want to heal themselves. And through healing ourselves, then we can begin to heal others. So my 10 Weeks to Love Your Body is really basically a program for teaching you how to live the Ayurvedic habits. Because I've found that if you learn them intellectually, but you're not incorporating them, then it really isn't doing you any service. And really, I went through a whole 600-hour training in Ayurveda, which was very in depth and lovely in all respects. But there were two things that I didn't have in that training. One was a community of people that I could go through the process with. I was really wanting community. I was wanting conversation. I was wanting input. I was wanting feedback, and I wasn't getting any of that. I had a mentor that I could talk to about what I was learning, but that internal process, that self realization and self awareness and self transformation piece, which is really what Ayurveda is about, wasn't really uh, a dynamic process for me. It was all very intellectual, reading Ayurvedic texts, learning about, um, how energy medicine works, but it really didn't give me the toolkit. So that's what module 1 is. Module 2 is really getting into the heart of Ayurveda. What is Ayurveda? The second thing that I didn't have in my Ayurvedic training was a lot of what modern researchers, there are a lot of doctors that come to Ayurveda. Either they were from India and they studied Western medicine and realized something was missing here in the West and went back to their Ayurvedic roots, or they came into it as a holistic healer and started wanting to connect the dots with Western culture and Western medicine. So, so I was really interested when I studied Ayurveda in how, in a modern day world with a very high stress space, high driven schedule, type A, very masculine culture that we live in, how do we live, you know, more in alignment? And so I really started to read far and wide. And so what I've done is really bring in not just the science of Ayurveda, of the ancient Eastern knowledge, but how it's being utilized and incorporated here in the West. And then module 3 is I really take it all the way up to the 21st century. So Ayurveda was developed 5,000 years ago, and what life looked like 5,000 years ago is nothing what life looks like today. There were not devices. We weren't driving cars. There weren't modern cities the way there are today. Um, so, a Western person isn't living, in a cave or in a small dwelling community with, a few thousand people. We live in communities with millions of people. And so I really wanted not only to bring this knowledge, this ancient wisdom to the modern day, but I really wanted to bring the science of how Western medicine is discovering the beauty of this ancient wisdom. And in really the forefront and cutting edge of medicine is Ayurveda. And you can listen to any modern integrative health functional doctor who is researching sleep, researching digestion, researching the microbiome, researching neuroplasticity, and they're all discovering that this ancient wisdom reigns today to be true for our health and for our wellness. And so I really, in the third module, bring it all front and center. The other thing that I've really been interested in and discovering and incorporating as I talk about where we are in the modern world is, feminine form healing. If you look at the yoga community here across the United States, the vast majority of people doing yoga are women, and women are spearheading the yoga movement. It used to be that men were, and then, we see all the sex scandals, and I think women are standing back and saying, wait a minute, um, are these people really gurus, or am I my own inner guru? And so I really have taken a section out, not only to talk about female hormones, but to talk about feminine form healing and using some work that focuses on Ayurveda and feminine form healing. This does not exclude men at all. In fact, I think men need this as much as women, if not more. The demands that are on both sexes and the stereotypes are affecting us in different ways. So the other unique part of this program is it's online, and you can really do it at your own pace. You can dive in as deep as you want to dive in, or you can, step back and take it slowly. There's no rush. There is a schedule, and we'll follow that schedule. But the pace at which you learn will be here for a year, and it will be here after a year. So anyone who goes through my year-long program is invited back into year two to mentor, to be a part of the group, to be part of the community at no additional charge. I really want to grow a community of people who are looking for inner healing together. So I hope this explains, the uniqueness about this program. Um, if you want to learn about my own healing journey, go back and look at 10 Weeks to Love Your Body video. I won't repeat it here because I don't want to waste your time. But I have found this to be the most profound healing that I think is really available to womankind, mankind. And, um, and then the last thing I really want to say is that we can go on this journey alone, but the power of the group is exponentially stronger. There was a woman who did some research. I talked about this in one of my videos on the power of eight. And what she did, I can't think of her name right now. I'm sure some of you might know it. But what she did was she took 8 people and they prayed and they meditated together. And they found that through prayer in a group of 8, it just so happened to be that 8 was the number. It's the infinity symbol, the infinity number, um, that they were able to actually have profound healing through prayer and through energy work. And so when you bring, and it doesn't matter, eight's not like the golden number, but when you bring people together, they heal faster. They heal in their own process internally, but they heal each other, and they heal because they're connected. And really, connection in and of itself creates hormones within our body that help heal us. And it also has the energy component of healing. So when we set an intention and we set prayer and we have that energy around healing, then we can evolve faster together than we can alone. So you can certainly, study Ayurveda on your own. You can certainly go down the path. But I've been there and I've done it. And I really have taken 5 years of evolution of studying the greatest mentors in Ayurveda and compiling it into a year-long program, and creating a rich experience that doesn't just involve the learning. There is a deep dive into your own healing, as well as worksheets and time and space and accountability to make that happen. So you won't learn this intellectually, you will learn this by embodying it. So I hope you step on the inside to 1 year to love your life, and I will be honored to guide you. Thank you.